All right, so right now we're gonna do the lat pull down. Once again, like some of my other previous videos, you're gonna notice that I will even demonstrate how to use a machine, because the truth is a lot of people do not use a machine. I love the lat pull down for any client I have who is not yet ready to actually do chin-ups. And what I mean by that is a lot of people will do chin-ups, but they're gliding on their shoulders. They're hanging on their lats. And what I mean by that is they go up into a chin-up and they protract forward. So now I'm impinging the joint, I'm stressing the bicep tendon, I'm really not activating the lats like they're supposed to be in a pull-up or a chin-up. I'm actually shrugging my way up and using my traps, which is not the goal here. When we do a chin-up, we want to be tall, driving the elbows low, chest above the bar, almost actually extending your thoracic spine a little bit so that I can get full lat activation. You're not going to do that if you're having to swing or kip into pull-ups, kip into chin-ups, hanging on the lats like I just talked about. So if that's you, obviously you can use band assistance, but if you're looking to build muscle, do high volume, high rep lat work, or you need to build up until you can actually do a chin-up or a pull-up, the lat pull down is perfect. And what you're gonna notice when I do this movement is I'm actually gonna use my scapula a lot. So I'm gonna go very slow. So at the top, I actually let this pull me up. If I wasn't heavy enough, it would just pull me all the way up from my seat. But I'm letting it roll my shoulders upward so I get a big stretch in my lat. And I almost want you guys to think about letting your armpits spread apart, your clavicles spread apart, so you get as big of a stretch in your lats as possible. Before I pull this down, I'm gonna pull my shoulders down. I'm gonna depress my scapula and actually lean back a little bit so I do hyperextend my thoracic spine a little bit. So from here, pull the shoulders down, hyperextend my thoracic spine a little bit, my mid back. Then I'm gonna row this all the way down until my elbows are driving inward. All the way up, lean forward so your arms are locking out by your ears, letting your lats fully stretch out. Lean back, pull the shoulders down before you go. So you don't need to go super slow, but what you do need to do is make sure that you're pulling that scapula down, you're depressing the scapula prior to actually pulling this down. And I promise you're gonna get much more lat activation if you actually depress that scapula when you're working. The last coaching cue I want to give you for this exercise is one of the jobs of the lats that people don't actually understand is it's not only to pull and depress the scapula down, to pull down, but to actually laterally flex your torso. So if you get into this position, and this is why I love single arm pull-ins, when I get to this position, if I can almost side crunch, like an oblique crunch, and drive my elbow towards my hip, bringing my lats downward, I'm gonna get a bigger contraction. So every time I pull down, I wanna bring my chest up and drive my elbows to my waistline.